Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our July quarterly business roundtable. For those of you who don't know, I am Michelle Fry. I am the acting director of economic development. We're going to give everybody a few minutes. We'll start in maybe just about 1 minute. Want to make sure we have everybody in and online, and then we will begin our program. All right, I see we have a number of folks joining online, so welcome again. Good morning, and thank you for joining us for our July quarterly business roundtable. We have a great program lined up for you today. We'll hear from one of our key strategic partners from Charles County Public Schools, and they are really helping to shape the future of our local workforce, and we're excited to hear about that. We'll also provide some updates on our major projects and developments happening across the county, and share some exciting news from different programs and events from our business services team that will help and support businesses. And of course, we reserve time at the end for questions and answers. So if you have any of those throughout the event, please put them in the chat or the Q&A feature, and we will have staff monitoring those. And then we will ask those questions all at the very end of all the presentations. We thank you again for your time and participation today. And we thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to a great conversation. So before we get started and move into the official agenda, I'm excited to introduce two new members of our economic development team who are joined us since our last quarterly business roundtable. The first is Paul Rupert. He is our new senior commercial development manager. This is a new position within the county, and Paul's primary focus will be helping to manage some of our commercial development activity, with a particular emphasis on the Charles County's Western Charles County Technology Corridor, which is one of our key and top strategic priorities for the department. So if Paul, if you want to put your camera on real quick, just to put a face to the name for the staff, that would be great. And then the other person that we have joining us on our team for the summer is Michael Oglesby. So Mike is our marketing intern. He has been a key to helping us with our marketing and communication support throughout this summer months. And he's such a valuable member of the team already, just being our intern. So Mike, if you want to put your screen up, and just wanted to make sure we put a face to the name for Michael Oglesby. So please welcome them both on our team. They've both already jumped full into all the different projects and programs we have going on, and we're thrilled to have them. So I'm sure you'll see them more throughout the community, but we wanted to make sure you were introduced to them. And so next, I have the privilege to welcome our Commission President, Ruben Collins, who has joined us this morning to share some opening remarks on today's program. And I will turn it over to him.
Good morning, everyone. It's always an honor to be a part of these quarterly roundtables. It's wonderful to see so many members of our community participating. Today's theme speaks to the heart of economic development and community growth. The theme is CCPS CTE programs and their impact on sustaining local workforce. As we all know, a strong and sustainable local economy relies on a skilled and adaptable workforce. Career and technical education programs play a pivotal role in preparing our students, not just for jobs, but for meaningful careers that support local industries, drive innovation, and contribute to the prosperity of our county. We're honored today to have a special guest with us, Rebecca Brandt, Director of Career and Technical Education for Charles County Public Schools. Rebecca will share insights into the programs offered, their impact on workforce readiness, and how businesses like yours can partner to help shape the talent pipeline in our community for years to come. We hope today's discussions will inspire new ideas from those that participate, will spark collaborations, and provide valuable insights into how we can all work together to ensure Charles County remains a vibrant place to live, work, and do business. Thank you once again for being a participant, and I look forward to today's discussion.
Great. Thank you so much, Commissioner Collins, for your continued support and leadership of our department as we work to grow a more vibrant and inclusive economy here in Charles County. We have a lot of exciting things on the horizon, and we always appreciate your support. So as we do each quarter when we move into our actual agenda, we like to remind everybody of our circle of services. This on screen is a visual representation of the many resource partners we work with to support our local business community. And again, all the businesses that you see listed are just a sampling. We have many more partners, and we're always looking to continue to grow this network for the Charles County business community. The way that we have always liked to describe this is that the business sits at the center of the circle, and all the resources around them form a supportive circle, like a warm hug for the businesses. Whether a business connects directly through our planning and growth management department, or they start and connect with the Small Business Development Center, or even the College of Southern Maryland, we make sure that this is a collaborative effort of support, that no matter where they enter, we all wrap around the business to support and collaborate to make sure that they grow here. And these relationships are really built on that collaboration and trust. And if you are ever aware of any new resources or any different things that are out there that we may not have listed, we would love to make sure that those are always added to our network and dispersed to our business community. Please reach out to the Economic Development Department. We'd love to be able to add that to our toolkit and make sure you have the latest and greatest information on there. And that leads us directly into our next speaker for this morning. Again, we're excited to welcome this key strategic partner, Rebecca Brandt, who is the Director of Career and Technical Education from the Charles County Public Schools. She will be giving us an inside look at the CTE program and how that is playing a major role in preparing our students for high demand careers in industries like IT, healthcare, skills trades, and more. She'll also share opportunities for how she can engage with the business community to support this critical workforce pipeline that we have. So, if Rebecca, if I can have you join on screen, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, good morning. I'm very excited to be here today with the efforts to share the great opportunities that are available for our students within the K through 12 range. So if you want to go ahead and go to the next slide. So just to give a brief overview for Charles County Public Schools, you can see our overall enrollment and provide you this chance to learn exactly how education in the world of education in K through 12 has evolved and changed. Students within those high school years are provided a lot more opportunities in different ways than I know I ever experienced when I was in high school. So I'm hoping today to shed some light on that so that our business community is aware of the skills that our students are walking away with after they graduate high school and how we're preparing them to move forward into their next phase, more prepared, more guided, with a lot more exploration. Hopefully that will lead to more success for our local economy specifically. So go ahead and go to the next slide. All right, we're going to go ahead, and this is just going to give you a tidbit of view. This is actually from Washington County, but it's the same aspects that we have in our Charles County Public Schools. So there's no volume. Go ahead to the next slide. So where there's an environment, it doesn't really matter. The visual of all of those different career fields and experiences are exactly what we have in Charles County Public Schools, and all of those different areas with that level of intensity, that level of ability for our students to really dive into those careers and learn the intricacies while in high school. And so this chart right here shows every single one of our CTE pathways. So each of these are career and technical education pathways within Charles County Public Schools. So they're organized by career cluster. So I would just task you right now to look and see which of these would correlate with the area of your business, your industry, and just know that we have students within our high schools that are learning those specifics. And I'm going to go into a lot more detail about that, but I just want you to make that connection to see that we have students that are exploring, and we really do call it exploration because we want them to see what their real passion is, where their strengths lie, and realize if that's the best area for them to go into in their next phase. Go ahead, next slide. And this is how we do it. So career counseling and career exploration is something that is also a new added layer within our school system. We've started through the Blueprint for Maryland's Future. It really starts down in 6th grade with some intensity, where we start to have students explore, do those aptitude tests and interest surveys to see where their strengths are, where their passions lie. And then we start to connect them with aspects within that, what they've discovered, to see if it really sticks. We have them do more exploration through field trips, through small groups, through guest speakers, through those middle school years, and they develop an individual career plan, which will follow them through their high school years as well. And the goal of this is for them to really identify the things that they are passionate about, that they do have strengths within, and then connecting that and correlating that with the courses that they're taking, the experiences that they're having within Charles County Public Schools. And so this is an effort that we continue to grow. And at the end, as we talk about opportunities for our workforce and our local community, this is obviously something where we can dive in and push in to our school system to provide those detailed supports for our students. So we'll go into that a little bit later. But the idea is that we're building opportunities for our students to make more educated decisions within their personal educational pathway. So the things that they are doing within their years of high school are calculated, are connected to the things that they are passionate about, so that they find that their time there is meaningful. One thing that if you have children now, or just any conversations that you see, we have to be connecting with these generations. They have to know the why. They have to be directly connected to the purpose behind, and they have to see the output. And so that's something that we in education have to make our driving force. They're not just going to do because we said so, or follow what we think the protocol should be. There has to be true meaning behind. And so that's why this career counseling aspect and this exploration and connection to self is so important in education these days. So go ahead to the next slide. And so now within the school system, every student does choose a pathway, and this is within their high school years. Many times it's in 11th and 12th grade, but those decisions start to be really concretely made in 8th grade for a lot of our students and our families. So we're doing a lot of efforts to build the understanding of our parents and our kids of the opportunities that they have at their fingertips. And again, connecting that to local, like their personal needs, their personal wants. So all students should be either entering a CTE pathway, early college dual enrollment, or an AP pathway. Go ahead, next slide. And what I'm going to really talk to you today is that CTE model, because it is a very diverse opportunity that can hit a number of different students with different interests. So for a CTE program, when I say a CTE program, this is what I mean. It's a course sequence that is through those high school years. There are specific classes that students must take to that have required content within their career field. And then after that, after they get their required content, then they build in other aspects of exploration. So whether that's work-based learning, dual enrollment, apprenticeship, or continued intensified coursework. And so when you see the IRC, that's an industry recognized credential. So that is another huge push that we want these students to be leaving our CTE programs having mastered these skills that are employable and or that allow them to get that step ahead as they're going to their next phase in their education. So it's not to say CTE is directly into the workforce. It is not a linear aspect. It is very diversified. So students can work with the aspects that they learn within our programs, or they can go directly to post-secondary and have that leg up, get college credits and things like that. All right, so go ahead to the next slide. So all of our CTE pathways do result in these program outcomes. So industry recognized credentials, college credits, and then also the opportunities for work-based learning, internships, and apprenticeships. And we're working to make these stronger and more substantial in all of our programs. So for instance, I'm going to talk about, let's say, interactive media production. That pathway would result in students getting Adobe credentials, okay, within the pathway. But then also during the courses, they have the opportunity for dual enrollment. So they actually dive into and enroll in a class with College of Southern Maryland during our classes and get those college credits by completing a portfolio aspect that's graded by the College of Southern Maryland. And then they also have opportunities in their senior year to do internship hours and do work-based learning and or can transition to an apprenticeship. So they've completed all of that within their high school years before they continue on. So go ahead to the next slide. All right, so this is just to give you an idea of how vast this is within Charles County Public Schools. So our county-wide enrollment, you can see our total number of high school students that we have. And then you can see the total number of graduates, just over 2,000. Well, 37% of those graduates have a concentration in a CTE pathway. So they've taken at least 2 to 3 courses of concentration within a CTE pathway. 34% of our graduates complete the whole CTE pathway. Within those graduates, we have about 42% that are earning industry recognized credentials. So they are earning those certifications. So it's a really large number. You can see the specific numbers over there to the right. Go ahead to the next slide. And this is just to give you a visual. And to also, if you can make a personal connection to see some of the credentials and certifications that are offered within our school system. So this is just a snapshot. This is not everything and not all, but I wanted to make you aware of kind of the vastness of it. So you can see we've got everything from CNA to AutoCAD and Revit, culinary certifications, Security Plus, right? But then also we've got AWS welding certifications going on, personal trainers. So it is a variety, okay? And it all is happening within Charles County Public Schools, which again is much different than what was happening when I was in high school personally. All right, so go ahead to the next slide. All right, so one thing I wanted to do today was allow you all to see some resources that you could explore further specifically to your area of focus and your different careers. So we're going to go ahead and get to the website here. Yes. All right, so if you want to go ahead and, okay, so this is the main page. When you go to the CCBOE/CTE, this is going to be the main page. I'll thank you for that. So the link is in the chat. If you scroll down on this page, this is kind of the easiest way to maneuver. It's got some information there, link to our Twitter. Go ahead down. And you can see, so these are different clusters. All of the different clusters have, and you can click on the huge boxes. But what I'm going to do is go ahead. I was already speaking about interactive media production. So go ahead and click on interactive media production, which is up there at the top under arts, media, and communication. And so every page is organized the same way. So I just wanted to kind of go through this. It's got a program description. The video over there to the right is narrated and provides an overview for the pathway, and it gives a visual of what the class and instruction looks like. So that's always something we really utilize with our students as well. It shows where the program's offered, and then how to students, if it is an application program or not. So that's all there. But the other things you can see down here, which I think would be beneficial for our business community, is you can see for each of them the course sequence. So if you click on the plus sign next to course sequence, it lists the courses, but then there's also, we don't have to go all the way in there, but there's also a link to the high school program of study, which gives a description of each course, so you can see content that the students are learning within that pathway. So that's there for every single pathway. Then if you go down, I don't think you all need to see the sample schedule, but no, it's there if you want to see what their high school years look like. But it also, if you click on available certifications, you can see it lists the certifications that students are attaining within that pathway. And then also click on available college credits. You can see the college credits that students are learning, and many times those will be linked to the articulation agreement as well. So as an employer, you can say, oh, this student is in this blank CTE pathway. Well, you would be able to see what certifications they're able to earn during that pathway, what college credits they're attaining as well, and also get a vast overview of the content that they're learning that they could be bringing to your company at these young ages. So it's just really exciting. So that's it. We can go ahead back to the PowerPoint, Michelle. So again, that's just a resource for you to dive into and know that's there. It's very, very helpful for our community, our students, but then also our workforce. So now I want to really talk about how we can, one, utilize all these amazing resources that are being taught within our school system, but also help to strengthen and enhance them for our growing community and our future workforce. So this is a community partner engagement menu. So Sandy Rooney, who oversees our Apprenticeship Maryland and all work-based learning opportunities, has created this fantastic tool. She put a direct link, which can be gone through the QR code down there as well. She just put that in the chat. But it's different ways that you can connect and push in to support. So where I spoke about career exploration and how we're trying to get these students to connect and realize if the field is really their passion, if it is where their expertise lies. These are some different opportunities. And you can see they kind of start with a career awareness and then get all the way down to exploration and then preparation. And you can see the intensity kind of builds there. And then we've got some extra credit also. But you can see that there's a ton of different ways, big or little, that we can help to support our students as they are navigating the world of work. And so this is a way, and that link in the chat allows us to connect and offer this expertise. Another big thing, obviously, is the internships and apprenticeships. So like I said, with all of these expertise and levels of certifications that they are able to get within our school system, it makes them some very viable candidates for internships and apprenticeships within our local workforce. And that's something that we are really trying to grow. And it speaks to what I was saying about making the connection with this generation, the why. They learn by doing. We're not going to be telling them and expecting them to really absorb it. So they really do need to experience and feel and do to make that connection right now. So that's something we're continuing to grow. So again, I hope that you can explore this, fill this out, let us know how you can support. And the website also will allow you to dive in more specifically to the career fields and programs that connect to your businesses. So that is it. That's my overview for CTE.
Great. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for that wonderful overview of the CTE program. We have heard from a number of our business communities that they have found this program to be so valuable. So thank you so much for sharing that. And we hope that there are other businesses that are on this call that take advantage of the program. As a reminder, if you have any questions for Rebecca, please put those in the chat. We'll be addressing all of those at the end with all of the other questions. And now I will turn it over to Mark, our Chief of Commercial Development, to give an inside scoop on our major projects here that are happening in the county.
Thanks, Michelle, and good morning, everyone. Thanks, Becky, and we work very closely with Becky. It's such an exciting program to be a part of, and for us, we can promote Charles County as much as we can, and we do, but we need to have that workforce to attract and companies to the county and help our companies here grow in the county. So we're very closely aligned with Becky and the great work that they do in the CTE program. I usually talk about what's going on with our major projects, and I'm going to do that, but I'm going to take a little different approach today. And really, what Becky was saying is the why. And so I want to talk about the why a little bit to give you some context of what's happening in the county and why we're seeing some really exciting things going on in the commercial development realm. So let's talk about the why. We'll start off with population. Demographics are really everything at the end of the day. And we just got some really exciting information from the U.S. Census Bureau about population between 2020 and 2024. And it's super exciting for us because guess what? We are, as Charles County, we're the 10th largest county in the state of Maryland. But as I like to say, we punch above our weight. We're the second fastest growing county per census in the state of Maryland. And you can see that between 2020 and 2024, our population increased by 4.7%. Now, we love our fellow counties. We work closely with them, but at the end of the day, we're competitors. And when companies are looking at locations and where they want to locate, they want to locate in a place where good things are happening, where growth is happening, where growth is going to continue to happen. And so for us, this is a great measure of what's happening in our community. Why do people go here? Well, you just heard a lot of it. Great schools and safe communities, and we excel on both those fronts. So again, we're very closely aligned with those our sister agencies there because this is the result. So you can see the winners a little bit, and as well, some of the counties are losing population, which is not a good place to be. And you can see some of our neighbors, that's happening. So with that, I'd like to dig in a little bit deeper on this. And again, going back to that theme of the why. Next slide, please. We move on to the next slide. Okay, great. Thank you. So, oops, I'm sorry. There we go. What matters is migration. Where are people coming? There's two components to population growth: natural births minus deaths, and that's typical, but fairly stable between counties. Migration is which drives things. And again, here you see the numbers. We enjoy positive in-migration both internationally and domestically. And again, we're trailing Frederick County, a much larger county, but at the same time, the thing to note here is that it's positive both from international migration and domestic migration. And that's really important because we want to continue to have people seeing Charles County as a place that they want to be. And what again does that do? Well, it attracts businesses, it attracts retail, it attracts services and amenities. When they see this type of growth and they see people are moving here versus people moving out, that's what drives that type of attraction. The other thing I'd like to just share is that this is also a very affluent county. We're the fourth most affluent county with an average household income of about $120,000 in the state of Maryland. We're also the 44th in the United States. We're in the top 50 of the United States. And again, that's a key measure that companies look to when they're choosing their location. So we've got some really positive momentum here, which is very exciting for us. If I can go on to the next slide. What this is result is you look at what's happening in our housing sector. We've always had a strong housing sector here, but over in 2024, we issued 1,500 residential building permits. And since 2020, the difficult times of the pandemic, that's a 110% increase. Now that's been driven by, again, our good schools, the quality of life that we enjoy, and we appreciate all of the economic spinoff that residential development sector brings to the county. And so we'd like to move on to the next slide. I want to highlight a couple of major projects here. Most of you are all familiar with St. Charles. It's one of the original master plan communities in the country, started in the late 70s. It actually is the top ranked selling master plan community in the entire state. And again, nationally ranks amid the top 50. That's a pretty impressive statistic. There's not a lot of places, there's no place else in Maryland that can brag about that. And there's not a lot of places outside of the entire DMV that enjoys that type of success. In 2024, almost 450 homes were sold at St. Charles, and they've sold over 300 homes this year. Again, this is a positive trend that we're seeing. People are moving here because you have high quality communities like St. Charles that offer significant amenities and a high quality of life. Dedicated school sites, pools, community centers, all of the like that our residents enjoy there. We've got positive trends going forward, nearly 4,000 homes left to build and 100 acres of future commercial development. We're seeing a lot of activity on that front and interest from a variety of employers. Another major project, if we can go to the next, is Pine Grove. It's a master plan community starting out. It's in La Plata. D.R. Horton, the largest home builder in the United States, is the developer of this community. It's smaller than St. Charles, but still a significant project with 3,170 home sites on 1,000 acres. Those types of master plan communities, and in my background, I've worked a lot on the master plan community of Columbia, Maryland, really are significant generators for the county in terms of economic growth. And this project will have 90 acres of land that's planned for commercial development. We're working with a number of interested companies with D.R. Horton to facilitate and increase that commercial growth in this project. So very excited about that. They have a site for a future supermarket, office and flex office space, and self-storage and other commercial uses. So from there, we'll move on to the next project. And in terms of Waldorf Station, those of you who've heard this in the past or have heard me talk about Waldorf Station, I'm excited because you're now seeing dirt moving. As you come into the county from southern Prince George's on Crane Highway, right behind that Welcome to Waldorf sign, you're seeing dirt moving there. It's very exciting. We've been working with Greenberg Gibbons to be able to help them with that project. And they're starting their first phase. So that should be opening over the next number of months. The tenants can include Starbucks. Everybody's excited about having Starbucks, right? Pollo Campero, a Mexican food operator, and Honeygrow, which is a new retailer. There's only about a dozen stores in Maryland. They're moving into this area. It's fast casual with a Thai theme, so I'm excited about that. So we're continuing to work with Greenberg Gibbons as well on the east side. The second section you can see there as well that the residential components includes a new apartment project called the Ironwoods. It's 302 units. They're leasing now and will officially open this fall. So lots of great activity happening with Waldorf Station and more to come. So we're excited about that. We're going to move on to the next project. This is another really exciting thing that's happening. Sprouts. Sprouts Fresh Market is, or Farmers Market, excuse me, is one of a great retailer. They're one of the largest and fastest growing specialty grocery stores. They include a lot of fresh, organic foods that are grown locally. We have had some experience with this retailer. They're an excellent addition to our market. Again, attracted to the points that I was making earlier, the why. We're a growing population, an affluent population, very attractive for Sprouts. And they're opening in their Waldorf location August 1st. So I encourage you all to go there. They open up early. Their grand opening is slated for 7 a.m. But check it out. It's a great store. I'll be there. We have they'll have plenty of giveaways and things you can enjoy and taste. And we're very excited about this because Charles County, we've been working very hard to get a high quality grocer to this marketplace. Sprouts is an excellent addition to our retail offerings, and they're really going to bring a whole new level of shopping and grocery shopping to the marketplace. So again, can check that out. It's going to be their 7th location, their first in Southern Maryland and the Southern Prince George's County. So we're very excited about this retail milestone. Let's keep talking about retail, but with a different spin on it. The county is very, very excited about our Charles County Sports and Wellness Complex, which is going into the former Sears building at the St. Charles Town Center. This is a great project. Our colleagues at Recreation, Parks, and Tourism have doing an amazing job leading this project. We're working very closely with them. We've had a number of community input sessions, which are now complete. We've got some great ideas from the community. Super excited. This will be anchored by a competitive swimming complex. That's called a natatorium. New word to throw out there for everybody, and unless you're in that swimming world, but we are very excited about this. This is going to be a great addition to the St. Charles Town Center, and really sets the stage for continued redevelopment of that shopping center. As we all know, regional malls have had a difficult period, and many are closing across the country. We're invigorating this center, and it's really exciting from the county's perspective. And I think it reflects our commitment to improving the community and improving the offerings of amenities that, again, that drive right back to that why, right? The population growth is coming. It's going to continue to come. We need to work really hard to provide a high level of amenities and services to the community. And we're doing it with this. So stay tuned for that. We're going to continue to be working very hard on this. We're targeting a groundbreaking for 2026. And we see this phase 1, which will be just the building, completed in sometime in 2028. So it's a significant investment in the community, and one that we're super excited about, and that I think is going to bring a lot to the entire county in terms of our amenities and quality of life. And I think what we're also thinking about is that someday the next Katie Ledecky will be coming from Charles County. So with that, I'll turn it back to Michelle, and we'll go on to the next presentation. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mark. I'm going to bring our next team member on screen, Anthony Adesina, who is our Business Retention and Expansion Manager. Anthony, take it away.
Great. Thank you so much, Michelle. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you join us this morning. You have heard some great information from previous speakers. The one person who went before me was Mark, and I'm sure we're all excited about the information that he shared. That's some very useful information just knowing that the county is growing, knowing that we have a diverse population coming in, and knowing that we have new businesses that meet with the needs of the county also coming in. As much as there is growth, we also need to have the resources and infrastructure to support these businesses, which is why we're working very closely with the state and also with our elected officials to ensure that we provide the enabling environment for new residents, new businesses to come in and thrive. Michelle mentioned it from the very start, the circular services partners that we work with, a lot of the work that we do, we cannot achieve without having our support network around us. Um, we have a very business-minded and very business-friendly Board of County Commissioners who support actively the work that we do here in economic development, as well as the circular services partners that we have, whose resources, incentives, and assistance is very critical in helping us move along in the process of getting businesses started up and also retaining them here in the county and expanding, and those businesses potentially expanding. That is our bread and butter pretty much every single day. And what we tell businesses is, from one engagement with us, you are potentially engaging with over 10 of our circular services partners who we know have relevant, valuable assistance to help you grow. So even if you are in the idea generation phase right now, or you're at the point where you're looking to expand your business, just give us a ring and we're more than happy to walk you through that process of what growth looks like and get you to the point where you need to be. Welcome to my segment. This is where I provide you with information that is relevant to you to be in the know. A lot of us on the call, or I'm sure everybody on the call, has in some way, form, or fashion, heard about, the federal layoffs or have been impacted by the federal layoffs. Now, the programs that you see on your screen here are not programs that we develop or curate here in the county. Those are programs that have been developed by some of our circular services partners, which include the Maryland Department of Commerce or Housing and Urban Development. And we are re-emphasizing these programs because, again, we have seen an increase in the need for businesses who are currently existing here in the county or who are looking to come to the county, needing these resources to help them grow. Still speaking about the federal layoffs and the impact on the county, as well as the back to work executive order that was signed a couple of months ago by the current administration. Knowing that Charles County still remains heavily underserved in terms of childcare, we have seen a lot of individuals who either operated mushroom childcare centers from their homes or small daycares in their homes right now, who have had to go back into work or who have been laid off, now looking to upscale their operations. They ran these operations on a micro level, but now they have obviously a lot more time and they're looking to expand and grow their current operations. And so the Child Care Capital Support Revolving Loan Fund is one of those programs that is set aside for businesses within the childcare space to acquire, new centers if they so wish, or even expand through the construction or purchase of additional space to their existing centers, or even to do things like renovations or new constructions. With this loan fund, you're getting up to $100,000. With everything, there are eligibility requirements that you need to meet. And so, if you reach out to me, I'm more than happy to provide you with, information about the eligibility requirements. But this loan program pretty much, is for businesses within communities that still remain underserved, who do not have sufficient childcare infrastructure to support the needs of the demographic that require childcare. Or for those areas that are completely lacking in available childcare slots. There are several places here within the county that meet that category. So if you already run a childcare facility, or if you know someone who runs a childcare facility that can definitely use the funds to expand, to acquire, to grow their business, tell them to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to walk them through the stages or the processes of getting this loan fund to support their growth. I'm happy to say that we have seen businesses over the years who have transitioned from being home-based childcare service providers to expanding into physical brick and mortar spaces, and they're opening not just 1 or 2 locations, they're looking at opening multiple locations because, again, there is that need for quality childcare. There is that need to have good representation and visibility across the county to serve the needs of those families who have to go into work on a daily basis, or even right now in the summer months looking for activities to keep their kids engaged. So this loan fund program is something that is operated by the Department of Commerce, again, with support from the State Department of Education. Like I mentioned, there are requirements that businesses or individuals will need to meet, and I'm happy to provide more information offline for those who would like to be participating in this program or at least benefit from this program. The next program that I'll be talking about is the Micro Enterprise Loan Program. This is a program that is set aside to help expand opportunities for micro enterprise development. We know historically that it is difficult for startups, micro enterprises to get access to funding. And so this is a resource that is available from, again, the Department of Commerce, the Department of Housing and Community Development, knowing that small businesses help, grow the U.S. economy or even the county economy. This program is available to them to help them, meet that need and an objective. This is a program where you're able to get up to $50,000 in funding to inject into your business to serve things such as working capital, marketing, purchase real estate, conduct renovations, and also purchase equipment or inventory in your business. This loan program has a loan term that does not exceed 5 years. So, you have up to 5 years to, pay back the loan that you're getting. Again, it is a loan, it's not a grant. There aren't as many grant programs as there were, this time last year or even 2 years ago when we spoke about this program. But there are alternative sources of financing, one of which is, this low interest loan that micro enterprises can definitely gain access to. There aren't as many stringent requirements as you would have with a conventional Main Street financial institution. But of course, again, with everything, there are requirements that you will need to meet as a micro enterprise who is looking to access this resource. Some of the businesses that can access this loan program are businesses within retail, manufacturing, goods and services. And of course, majority of the businesses there in the county fall within these buckets. So if you are a small business, if you are an aspiring business, if you're a business that is less than 2 years in operations, the eligibility requirements for this program might be right up your street. So again, reach out to get more information on this. One of the other requirements that you'll need to meet to access this loan program is for your business to be located in a sustainable community development area or a priority funding area. And the county has, several of these designations. So again, once you reach out to me, depending on where your office address is located, I'll be able to let you know if your business address falls within a sustainable community development area or a priority funding area. If we can go on to the next slide, please. Again, everything we do is all about inclusivity, and we know that we are right now getting to the age, population-wise, where a lot of people are, retiring, looking to, take things easy, and this also applies to those within the military right now who are getting to the point where they'll be discharged. Of course, everybody's thinking, what next? And there are services for our, veterans, active duty military who are looking to go into business. The Military Personnel and Veteran-Owned Small Business Loan Program is one resource that is available to that demographic of individuals. And this provides no interest loans of up to $100,000 to individuals who currently run businesses owned by military reservists, veterans, or those within the National Guard. Of course, it's not only targeted to these individuals. small businesses who employ these individuals within these demographics are also able to benefit from this loan program. As long as you have less than 50 employees, and you're a business that is either owned or you employ military reservists, veterans, National Guard personnel, you are able to also apply for this program. And again, repayment terms stretch up to 8 years. There aren't as many loan facilities from conventional financial institutions that stretch up to 8 years and is also at a low interest rate. So if you fall within this category, or individuals that fall within this category, please point them our way. We're more than happy to support them through the process. And in also keeping a step with support for our military personnel, knowing that they would need information and guidance on how to properly set up their enterprise, start up their businesses, do things such as creating their business plans, their marketing plans, and other related services to running a successful business. There is the Project Opportunity, which is a program that is specifically developed for spouses of veterans, active duty military, Guard reservist personnel, or even military dependents that are over the age of 21 who are looking to go into business. So again, this is a free resource to our military community that you can definitely tap into. This program, like I mentioned a few seconds ago, is something that was created specifically for the demographic within that bucket. So feel free to tap into this resource, this free resource to you, that puts you through all of the different aspects of running a business, even knowing what it is you want to do within your business. Like one of my colleagues would say, not every idea is a bankable idea, but at least they're able to walk you through the processes of knowing what kinds of ideas can be beneficial, what kind of business ideas are relevant to your current community, and if you even have the demographic that will purchase, support, buy from you once that idea has been properly fleshed out into a business plan and into a startup that you can potentially grow. The business boot camp training spans 10 weeks, 30 hours of classroom instruction, 3 hours per week. And the next mandatory orientation is on Monday, August 25th. There is the link to register on there if you're interested in being a part of that program, or at least attending that orientation. With everything said, there are several upcoming events which provide you with opportunities to contact us, or even help you get more information on growing your business and walking you through that growth process. Next week, Friday, we will be we'll be at the College of Southern Maryland in La Plata, where we will have a table at the Connect to Capital event, which is part of one of the programs that the SBA puts together. That is Friday, July 25th, CSM La Plata campus, running from 8:30 a.m. to 12:30. The registration link is on there. They do encourage you to register ahead, and I believe this presentation deck will be archived on our website, so you can definitely gain access to that link to register to attend that event. And of course, engage with myself, other members of my team, and ask us for more information based off of what you've heard on this presentation today. Our next major events will be our fall meeting, and that will be on the 4th at the Waldorf West Library, running from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Again, that's an avenue for you to get more information about happenings within the business environment, as well as what we're doing as county government to help support, grow, and nurture businesses and bring in a diverse demographic into the county. I will pass it over back to Michelle.
Great. Thank you so much, Anthony. And just a quick clarification on our annual fall meeting. Please take this as a save the date for that annual event. And Anthony said, this is a wonderful resource for you as a business community, our residents, and anybody here in Charles County to learn more about what we do in economic development, but also to get some firsthand resources from the different program that we have. I will make a note that there is a correction. The location for the event has not been finalized yet, so we do apologize for the confusion on that. Once we have that clarified information, we will send it out to the team and disperse it to the community, but wanted to make sure you knew. But the date is correct. It is Tuesday, November the 4th, 2025. And again, thank you, Mark and Anthony, for your great presentation on the different things that are happening both in major projects, but also some of our business supportive services from the state and local levels that are here to help our business community. Before we move on to the Q&A section, I wanted to highlight one of our other programs that the department has, which is our digital gift card program. This program was developed in partnership with the Recreation Parks and Tourism team, and it recently won a recognition by the International Economic Development Council. It's a powerful tool and that we like to encourage our residents and community to spend their dollars local, to support our local businesses, keep those dollars circulating in our community. It makes a big impact. For businesses, if you have not already signed up to accept the gift card, we encourage you to do so. Excuse me. Just scan the QR code on the screen and our team will walk you through the easy setup process. For residents and employers, this gift card is a great option for employee recognitions, welcome gifts, pardon me, and for teacher appreciation. Excuse me, give me 1 second. My apologies, allergies. As I mentioned, this gift card is fully digital and easy to purchase. Um, and it's great for promotional events. And then that takes us into being our economic development ambassadors. It's one of the easiest ways to stay connected with us, stay in the loop with all of the news and latest and greatest information that we have available. You can follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. We're always promoting different events, business opportunities, and development updates, as well as sign up for our monthly e-news at meetcharlescounty.com. So please take an opportunity to sign up for those. They're great opportunities for you to find out the latest and greatest information within the department. And now I will turn it over to the team to do our question and answer section. So if I can have the economic development team sign up and turn their cameras on, and then we will begin that. And I'll turn it over to Jack to be able to start the Q&A portion.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for attending our quarterly business roundtable. I see a couple of things coming through on the chat right now for questions for the Q&A. I see from Anthony Pickney, who wants an update on the Kaiser Permanente development. Mark, that might be for you. So if you could turn your camera on and I'll hand it over to you.
Sure thing. Thank you. Thank you for the question. We've been working very closely with Kaiser Permanente on their project, and currently Kaiser has had some leadership changes. They're looking into the specifics of the service options that they want to prepare at that site. And so we've been again working with them, helping them with different information and processing their plans. We don't have a specific date or update in terms of their program yet. Again, they're working through that internally, and we continue to stay close with them and look forward to them defining that project and the services that they'll presenting. Because again, as I mentioned earlier, it's a very attractive marketplace for them, and they're excited about that.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Anthony, I hope that answers your question. Are there any other questions for from anyone in attendance today? Seeing none come through the chat.
And this is my opportunity to encourage if we also have any questions, not only for our staff, but for our Circle of Service partner today, Rebecca Brandt and her team from the CTE program. We're happy to address any of those.
Well, seeing none, I think that concludes our presentation for today. So for the Q&A section. So Michelle, I'll hand this back over to you, and we can go, and then we can close out.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And again, I do apologize for my minor allergy related issue that happened. So thank you for giving me a little bit of grace as I went through some of that information. As a reminder for everybody, you will be receiving a survey at the end of this event. It really helps us to plan our projects and our programs that we are working on for this new fiscal year for us. We have a lot of exciting things happening in economic development. So please take the opportunity. We really do use your feedback to shape these events and roundtables moving forward. And again, thank you on behalf of the entire Economic Development Department for being with us this morning. This information will be recorded and also shared with all of the group after this event as well. So thank you so much. Continue to connect with us in economic development. Continue to be our ambassadors. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much and have a great day.